rivalry.
Every week in the SEC
is life and death.
Where football is not just a game,
but a religion.
We wear our school colors like a badge of honor.
Go Tigers! They wear the uniform to uphold our passion.
Go Vols!
Hey, fighting Tigers, fight all the way.
Their passion is endless.
Our time here is finite.
Rock it up, you'll always be home today.
To wear the jersey.
To represent the colors.
To pursue the dream.
To live the fantasy.
I will always be a Tiger.
The Vols will always be a part of me. Don't ever underestimate the heart of the Volunteers.
One play to win the SEC East for Tennessee. Big pressure. Big sack from behind. The game is over.
It'll be exciting in Atlanta, Vargas.
We're all in.
Demetrius Byrd, he is interfered. Touchdown!
Tigers to the end.
Intercepted. Arkansas wins.
No regrets. This is my last chance.
My final opportunity.
To win.
To play.
For the LSU Tigers.
For the Tennessee Volunteers.
For the SEC Championship.
For the SEC Championship.
The blitz. Fumble. LSU has recovered. How about that effort? For the win. He nailed it. We welcome you to the Georgia Dome in downtown Atlanta and the 16th Southeastern Conference Championship game. This afternoon, the SEC Championship features the Volunteers of Tennessee against the Tigers of LSU. Good afternoon, everybody. Vern Lundquist with Gary Danielson and Tracy Wolfson. Welcome to Atlanta. These two teams come into this game from diametrically opposed emotional states. Consider Tennessee. They had to win 5 in a row to get here. Yes, they had some breaks. They created others on their own. They come in feeling really good about themselves. Consider LSU. 1 week ago, they lost their chance at a national title. Only 3 hours ago, their head coach seems to have confirmed his status as the current and next head coach at LSU. But it has been a crazy week for them. I heard a young co-ed dressed in LSU colors this morning say to her date, "Bummer." How does this affect these young men, Gary?
Well, we've been with them all year, right, Vern? I'm exhausted, and you cannot hide from the modern media. It goes through every nook and cranny, and I'm sure there's no way that LSU and Les Miles could hide all this, on the periphery of this football team. But sometimes this football team, this football field right here is a sanctuary for these players, and I think this team will look forward to coming out on the field today.
Well, Gary, they also have the question mark involving their quarterback, Matt Flynn.
Yeah, I was ready to talk about Glenn Dorsey saying he's the key, but I really think when a quarterback is nicked, this is the key guy. Matt Flynn, it appears that shoulder that he injured against Arkansas is going to keep him, at least early in the game, in emergency status. That means that Ryan Perrilloux, the USA Today Player of the Year, is going to be the quarterback. Now, if I'm LSU, I'm going to try to convince Ryan Perrilloux that that's Middle Tennessee on the other side of the line, not Tennessee, because Ryan Perrilloux in his one game carved up Middle Tennessee. We all know Tennessee's better than Middle Tennessee, but Ryan Perrilloux now, he must rise up and take this game over and show that he's the quarterback everybody thought he was.
Well, we talked about tumult associated with LSU. How about this season for Tennessee? 3 defeats by a total of 77 points.
Everybody was ready to give up on this football team and all that doom and gloom. And you know what Tennessee did? They went to work. and the season started the way it's ended. Eric Ainge is going to have to be the guy. They don't match up, Tennessee doesn't, in every position. But sometimes a quarterback can have a special day and carry his team. If Eric Ainge can do that, he can improve the matchup on the field and make his team have a chance to win this game.
And his team is first on the field. A large group of supporters here to welcome the Volunteers. We'll meet the Tigers of Louisiana State University when we return to the SEC Championship in Atlanta. Well, they jumped the gun on us. Here come the Tigers of Louisiana State.
And move. Why did you feel 2 hours before the championship game that you needed to make a statement?
Our football team was, diverted, and I wanted to address some misinformation that was out.
That was, as you could see, a couple of hours ago. For more on the story, let's go down to Tracy Wilson.
Thanks, guys. I spoke with LSU official Herb Vincent before the game, and he told me that they were negotiating with Les Miles' agent late into the night and early this morning. He said they agreed on a contract amendment this week. I asked him, could that change? He said nothing's been signed yet, but that would be extremely unfaithful. Guys?
All right, thank you, Trace. Tennessee has won the toss. They will receive when we return. CBS Sports coverage of the SEC Championship game, presented by Dr. Pepper, is sponsored by Bud Light, Pontiac, Sonic, and by Dr. Back in Atlanta, where Tennessee won the toss, elected to receive to begin the game. Experience SEC college football on CBS, brought to you in high definition by Sony. This is the 30th meeting overall between these two. 5th appearance in this game by Tennessee, 4th for LSU. The Volunteers won 2 titles in the 90s. LSU won twice. They seem to appear here every odd number year, 2001, 2003, 2005, and here they are with Sean Godet getting set to kick off. The deep men, Dennis Rogan and Lennon Creer. Short. Oh my goodness. Almost recovered by Chad Jones.
Almost caught by Chad Jones, but it's going to be a penalty because Tennessee signaled for a fair catch and Jones impeded the ability for Tennessee to do it. That's what I believe. It's a heads-up play by the Tennessee, and it could be also offsides. There was offsides. See the player signal, number 23 has it. It's Ricardo Kemp right there, and offsides.
And so,
see the right hand up in the air right there?
Yes.
There it is, and Chad Jones is tracking it down. Chad Jones, the baseball player safety, whiffed on that one, but it wouldn't have counted.
Offside on the kicking team. Free kick out of bounds, untouched by the receivers kicking team. We're going to tack 5 yards on to the spot where the ball went out of bounds, first down.
That is Tom Ritter, our referee today. And the lineups, first of all, for the Volunteers, presented by Dr. Pepper. At quarterback, take a look at the number of times Eric Ainge has been sacked. 3.
I'm very envious of that, to tell you.
The total for the team is 4. Scott, Parker, McNeil, McClendon, and Foster. The offensive line, it's Rogers, 2 tight ends, Brown and Cottom. The other wideout is Taylor, and the running back, Arian Foster. He's over 1,000 yards for the season. Ainge fakes, fires, left side, caught by Lucas Taylor. That's his 72nd catch of the season. And it's a pickup of 14 yards.
He has maneuvered this team on that first drive, hasn't he? And he starts out hot again.
Really solid senior season. The young man who came back to Tennessee from his home in the Portland, Oregon area. Taylor with the first catch of the ball game. Double tight end set again. Here's the handoff to Foster. He finds room and rips up the middle inside the 40. This, at one point this season, was the top-ranked defense in the United States. And the secondary, Zenon, Danny McCray for an injured Curtis Taylor. And here's the handoff on second down, right side. Foster leans down near the 35-yard line. Well, the last two games they played, Ole Miss and the 3 overtime loss to Kentucky, really has a problem.
I think there's two factors to look at that Bo Pelini knows in this game. Yes, the injuries were a big factor. Glenn Dorsey's not what he was. We will watch him early. And the other is both of those teams, Ole Miss with a scrambling quarterback and Arkansas was very unique.
New quarterback in, Jonathan Crumpton.
A runner.
And he's under center on 3rd and 2. Comes right, pre-snap penalty.
That is their first charge timeout of this half.
Opening moments of the 16th SEC championship game from the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. On the sidelines, the Matt Damon lookalike, Matt Flynn. Injured shoulder, hurt it twice, had to make trips to the locker room last week in that loss to Kentucky. Gerald Jones is in at quarterback this time, the running wide receiver.
Yeah, the G-man formation.
And here's Jones, takes off left. What a lot of room he's got. First down at the 15-yard line.
Gerald Jones was a high school quarterback, just a freshman, making the transition to wide receiver. They're going to give it the zone read. There's the guy they read. Watch, they wrote it down. In comes the defensive end, Pittman. Keep by Jones, and it looks like offensive coordinator David Cutcliffe has seen the last two games' tapes.
I think so. And a first down, Eric Ainge is back in. It was Jones who had one of the really important touchdown catches in the win over Kentucky last week. And now, do they have to use their second time?
No, it was they're going to redo the
issue.
25-second clock. They have to reset it.
Philip Fulmer. There's a man who is very familiar with the lives of cats and how many there are. Mid-season, they were howling for him, for his job. Now they win 5 in a row, and there's talk from Mike Hamilton, the athletic director, about a contract extension and a raise. First down and 10. Foster knifes through and gets down to the 11-yard line.
Arian Foster is Tennessee's version of Jacob Hester. He reads the blocking very well, catches the ball out of the backfield, pass protection, and just is an all-around dependable football player.
Second down and 5. And this red zone offense, 68.5% touchdown percentage inside the 20. And on the opposite side of the ball, LSU has really been lenient. I'm trying to find the right word.
Yeah, the play clock is again malfunctioning.
Prior to the snap, we were buzzed from the replay booth.
And Vern, you're right on about LSU's red zone defense. It has been a problem all year, and it's not a good matchup against Tennessee.
Ainge looks back at the Tennessee bench.
And he saw that LSU is going to bring pressure right here.
2 wides to the right, 1 off to the left. Ainge back to throw. Oh, it's almost picked off. It's deflected, and that is a touchdown. Chris Brown, number 28, 11 yards. Volunteers first on the scoreboard. My goodness. Brown's 6th touchdown catch of the season. A senior who is from Louisiana. And Daniel Lincoln on for the extra point.
It was actually a perfect call by LSU. They go inside, but watch Kirsten Pittman right here. He starts there, but then he backs up to here to get the crossing route across. It should have been intercepted. In and then back out right there, and he misses the interception. A perfect defensive call, and Tennessee gets 7 points.
Boop, boop. Zip, 7-0.
In 1997, Tennessee trailed Auburn by 6 in the fourth quarter, but Peyton Manning threw a 73-yard touchdown to give the Vols a 30-29 victory. The following season against Mississippi State, Team Martin threw 2 touchdown passes in the fourth, and Tennessee won 24-14 and followed the SEC title with a national championship 1 month later.
Chris Brown, the tight end, with the touchdown catch after Kirsten Pittman almost took it and went the other direction. 6 plays, 57 yards, took 3 minutes, and again Tennessee has scored on its opening possession. Britton Colquitt will kick off. Trendon Holiday, who missed last week with an ankle sprain, he's got a touchdown return on a kickoff this year, as well as one last year. 5'5", 160 pounds. And he, as we have documented throughout this season, was the runner-up in the NCAA Division I 100-meter dash last spring. He'll take it from a yard deep. Runs into Tennessee traffic at the 23-yard line. And let's see who comes out. Will it be number 11? There's a player down for Tennessee at the 21.
47. Watch him get a kind of a right cross right to the chin here. Boom. Just out on his feet right there. First round knockout.
So here is Ryan Perilou. Grew up and played East St. John High School, about a half an hour from downtown New Orleans. Signed initially with Texas, then transferred or decommitted. Here's the handoff to Hester, right up the middle. And a quick opening strike for the Tigers of Louisiana State.
He will be playing football for a long time. That's my prediction.
First down and 10. Here's the handoff to Hester again. He goes right this time. Nothing doing. Well, defensively for the Volunteers, and this secondary is a little suspect. Mitchell, Bolden, Dan Williams, who had the field goal block in the win over Kentucky, and Reynolds at the end. The linebackers in the middle. Gerard Mayo is having a wonderful year. McCoy and Carl on either side. Brett Vinson is the guy who just got that shoulder and went backwards on the Jacob Hester run. Hefney, Berry, 2 freshmen starting in the secondary for Tennessee. Here's Perilou rolling out. Fires it. First catch. And loose down the sideline is Keith Singer. Number 89, that's his second catch all year. The 2 fumbles, one by Ryan Perilou, the other from Keith Singer. Perilou pitches, and it's Keelan Williams to the 30-yard line. Ryan Perilou on in place of Matt Flynn, senior season. High pass, incomplete. Intended for Doucette. Eric Berry was in the neighborhood.
And Eric Berry is a true freshman player that has started every football game for Tennessee. We saw him early against Florida when he had that long interception for a touchdown, and I'm telling you, he closed on that football. Now, here's the part, Matt Flynn on the bench, here's the part that Matt Flynn will be most missed. 3rd and long.
Holiday is in. Perilou has backs in the eye. Hester is at fullback. Holiday, the tailback. They hand it to Hester. He's got room. He's got a first down and out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Jonathan Hefney, the lone defender, and he did force him out of bounds, but it's a first down for the Tigers out of the gun this time. Perilou looks for a block. He got a little brush block from Doucette, and he's inside the 10.
I did ask offensive coordinator Gary Croton, what will he do if Perilou is a player all game? Well,
second down and 4 at the 7. As we mentioned, he had one start this year. That was against Middle Tennessee.
Uncovered player in the left slot. Well, they finally adjusted.
Yeah, that was Tolliver. Here's Perilou. Caught and dropped. Gerard Mayo had 19 tackles against Kentucky in the 4 overtime game last week.
See, now here's the challenge for LSU. With Perilou running this spread formation, Tennessee says you're going to have to prove it to me that you're willing to throw the ball, because we're going to come at you and play the quarterback draw. If you throw it, you throw it. You might beat us, but John Chavis is going to put his money on the fact that you're going to run him more than throw him. Let's see if LSU has some type of offset versus that.
3rd and 10. 5 wides.
LSU called timeout.
That's their first. 8 minutes, 36 seconds to go in the opening quarter from the Georgia Dome.
Well, let's look what happened here. LSU called timeout and Les Miles is working his quarterback. He said, it's not your fault. We didn't like the work. So he's telling Ryan Perilou, don't worry about it. That was from the bench. Just keep positive. Good coaching.
Tough to keep your composure when you're used to playing.
I know, that's for sure.
Can't do a thing about it. Matt Flynn. 3rd and 10.
Some type of wide receiver screen would be safe.
Blitz. Down the middle, Doucette, hit and drop. And it'll be Colt David time, I think. Yes.
I'll tell you, there's no doubting Ryan Perilou's abilities. I mean, his arm strength, his physical stature, his speed, but he still hasn't obviously learned how to read defenses to the level of Matt Flynn.
Colt David, 23 of 29 for the year. This is from 30 yards away.
And that was a new holder because Matt Flynn is his usual holder, so that worked out well.
It was Ryan Perilou.
So you throw over the middle. Tennessee only rushes 4. You got to find that robber, and early Doucette found him.
We are deep in the NFL season on CBS, and here's the lineup tomorrow. We've got 5 games in the early slot at 1 o'clock, regional action. And the late games, Cleveland at Arizona or Denver.
A lot of experience. He backed up Jamarcus Russell for 4 tough years.
Sean Godet will kick off. He's assumed to kick off duties late in the season. First made an appearance in the game against Louisiana Tech. And that's Rogan, Dennis Rogan, number 41, and Lennon Creer, the freshman. So a couple of youngsters back, and this will be Lennon Creer at the 1-yard line. Slips and falls down at the 20. And let's take another look at the Tennessee touchdown.
And see how fortunate Eric Ainge was. Watch how he looks to the side to their thing and throws the ball. He actually never sees the guy in front of him, and he gets what could have been an interception and turns it into a touchdown pass. And I'm going to get you ready for basketball next week. Okay?
All righty, okay.
He shot a 3 from the wing, and he banked it. He's going to feel good about himself.
It leads me right to an early promo. We're going to have Indiana-Kentucky basketball next Saturday. Billy Packer is revved and ready. First down and 10. Arian Foster, the running back. 7-3 Tennessee. Here's the handoff to Foster. Bounces it to the outside. Craig Stelz cannot make the tackle until he reaches down and grabs the back foot, the trailing foot. 12-yard gain.
He's such a valuable player, because he reads it. This was designed again to go to the left. By the way, That is the seventh straight play Tennessee has run to the left towards Glenn Dorsey. So they're testing him early to see if he's the Glenn Dorsey of the first half of the season or the Glenn Dorsey of the second half of the season.
First down and 10. Play fake. Ainge looking left. Pumps once, then nobody open deep, so he throws it away.
It was just a two-man pass pattern that time. And again, if you're gonna send two guys out, you avoid the sack.
Well, Dorsey chopped at the knee in the Auburn game, hampered by the bad knee, and then that was giving him problems. Second down and 10. This is Foster. That's Luke Sanders. Now let's go to Tim Brando for the home.
They're actually ahead of LSU in the BCS standings, though LSU beat them by 41, Vern.
Okay, Tim, I thought I was going to hear you try and unravel that in 7 seconds. Here's Ainge, the blitz coming from Highsmith. It's incomplete. 4th and 9.
Highsmith comes, Jones comes, everybody came on that one.
Getting there, they did not blitz. And it was a conversion on 4th down, and they wound up winning the game. Britton Colquitt on to punt. Chad Jones, number 3, awaits it. Good pressure applied by LSU, and Jones will let this one bounce. And it's stopped at the 29-yard line. 39-yard punt, nothing on the return. The CBS Sports Store is the perfect place to find gifts for all the sports fans in your life. Beat the crowds and save big when you shop online at cbssportsstore.com. Ryan Perilou, 1 of 3 on his first possession. We mentioned the fact that he hasn't thrown a pass or completed a pass in almost half the season.
Well, and the problem for LSU is they've got 5 game-breaking receivers, so they have to throw the ball some.
Hester, driven back by Gerard Mayo with help from Eric Berry.
I can guarantee you John Chavis, Tennessee's defensive coordinator, is going to continue to move up and see if LSU is willing to throw the ball with Ryan Perilou. Until they show it, he's going to say, guys, let's sell out to stop the run.
Demetrius Byrd goes wide to the right side. Doucette in the slot. And before the direct snap, there's a flag thrown.
Yeah, Carnell Stewart flinched. Tennessee jumps into the bear look, and Stewart flinched on the play. It'll be a 5-yard penalty against LSU.
False start. 71. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Second out.
Tennessee defense this season in the SEC, you see they've got some modest numbers, don't they?
Well, in their 3 losses, they gave up 1,500 yards. Now, it was some pretty good football teams,
right?
But 1,500 yards in 3 losses.
They lost to Cal. We saw them lose at Florida. And they lost at Alabama. Here's Keelan Williams coming to the right side, but it was what Philip Fulmer referred to as a Sunday night prayer meeting, complete with podiums being slapped. After that loss at Alabama, they've won 5 in a row to earn the right to get into this game.
And the other thing he said, I think is right on. I've been on some of those teams. You know, everybody was talking and leading and telling everybody what they wanted to do, and not enough guys were going to work and doing it. And finally, they just said, let's go to work and do it. And they're in spurts playing much better defense. They're still vulnerable, though.
3rd and 1. That's Dixon, who started in motion. They hand it off. Hester. He's a pretty good option, isn't he?
Yards.
First down and 10. Jacob Hester. And timeout is called by LSU. It comes with 5:17 to go, first quarter.
Round. And then our Survivor Island guy of the year, Philip Fulmer. Everybody had him dead. He's not dead, and he's leading 7-3 in this football game.
Well, our colleague Tony Barnhart said of Fulmer, he was at the South Carolina-Tennessee game. Here's Perilou with a pitch. Right side, Keelan Williams. He's a speedster. First down at the 27-yard line. Carl Scott now comes in at running back. Hester lines up in a wing to the left side. The fullback, tailback, and they do not throw it to him. It's Scott. He's got a blocker in front, and he's got yardage to the 11-yard line.
See any big 79s on the field like that?
Oh, he makes the ground tilt. First down and 10. 4:40 to go, opening quarter. Perilou with a change. It's Hester, left side. Inside the 10, tackle made by Gerard Mayo.
A little different offense that LSU is featuring today. It seems that Tennessee said, all right, we're going to get the running game. But the option, even though I'm sure they were ready for it, has given them a little bit of problems and opened up this football game. Now you can run the option from this thing too.
Tight end Richard Dixon comes to the left side, the short side of the field. It's a blitz. Here's the option. The pitch back to Hester. Loses it. It's out of bounds. It will be LSU ball. And it will be third down and a bunch.
Call this the Pistol Pete shotgun right here for LSU and Pistol Pete Maravich, my favorite basketball player. Come down, pitch it. Pitch was just a little bit too far in front of Jacob Hester on that play.
And so third and 12. 7-3. Tennessee scored on the opening possession of the football game. Matt Flynn out with a shoulder injury. Ryan Perilou getting only his second start of the season. That's Brett Helms, the junior center, who looks back at him, number 74. Perilou with a keeper. Doucette tries to provide a block. Tackled way short of the first down. And it's going to be Colt David time. This was Elix Wilson, number 35, who made the stop.
I don't think there's any doubt that LSU here did not want Ryan Perilou to throw an interception here. They said, let's not let him fail early in this football game. It's still a long game. We know how long these games go. Let's let him run. We'll take 3 points, 7-6 game, and our quarterback keeps his confidence.
Ryan Perilou is the holder in place of Matt Flynn, and we've got a substitution problem now as Dixon was late getting off the field.
Fraction on the offense. 5-yard penalty remains. Fourth down.
Yeah, breaking the huddle with 12 men, even it should not be a factor.
You'd hope not.
Right. I mean, this guy can kick it from 55.
From 30, Colt David, the junior from Grapevine, Texas. He's 2 for 2 in this game, and that cuts the margin to 1 with 3 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Perilou is going to get a rest. Eric Ainge is on the field when we return.
Aren't they?
Yeah. You want to join me in Bloomington next week?
3 or 4 days off.
Yeah, get home and change the clothes. Sean Gaudet will kick off now. 9 plays, 58 yards, 3:57 on the clock. And the deep men are Rogan and Lennon Creer. (7-6) Tennessee. This will be Creer at the 8. He's got a lot of room. Going left. They've got an angle on him, and they bring him down. But he is all the way to the 42-yard line. His previous long kickoff return was 32 yards. Jai Eugene saved the touchdown.
Well, Creer is the speed back, a tailback for this Tennessee football team, and shifts the ball nicely. Nice play there so he could straight arm. But Jai Eugene is a fast cornerback for LSU, and he makes a touchdown-saving tackle.
Second special teams mistake now for LSU on a kickoff. Remember the opening kickoff of the game out of bounds, and it was taken over by Tennessee. They went down to score. This one doesn't get anything as they try the right side. Well, earlier today,
ESPN, they're watching it beforehand at game days on there, and they're going with the story. He had to address it with his team, so then he addressed it with everyone.
Foster caught and dropped. Les telling Tracy before the game began. We haven't even talked about the Bo Pelini situation yet. Supposedly named the new head coach at Nebraska. 3rd down and 10. Ainge out of the gun. Blitz coming. Ainge, nice job to get rid of it. Stelz with a fine tackle on Austin Rogers, number 21. And it'll be 4 down.
Well, you can see Bo Pelini. The rumors are he's going to be the next head coach at Nebraska. You can.
Here's the punt. Chad Jones is deep. Colquitt's punt out of bounds. Well, we are seeing Ryan Perilou as a backup quarterback in this SEC championship game. In 2001, play Miami for the national championship, but they had to get by LSU and they couldn't. 1st and 10. Williams getting a lot of action here in the first quarter.
And one of the things that it appears to me that LSU is doing a good job in managing Ryan Perilou is less as Ryan Perilou's held his own.
From the backside comes the pressure, and Perilou goes right, picks up the 1st down.
He got rocked on that one. They're going to get a deep ball because Perilou has a big arm.
On 1st down, here's Perilou. Fires it complete out to the 35. That's Richard Dixon. Take a look, Gary, at him going down very hard and getting up limping.
No doubt about it. On this option play, he got rocked. You could see it as he got hit. He got spun very hard, and he came up limping, maybe his right ankle, right knee. And he got up and he took a shot. You could see it and recognize it. Yeah, right in the thigh. Right thigh, it looked like. Now, I could transfer anywhere, but it looked like he took the shot right on the thigh.
Limping as he heads to the sideline. Time call because we have reached the end of the first quarter with our score, Tennessee 7, LSU 6. The backup, by the way, is Andrew Hatch. We'll return after this message and a word from your local station.
12.
The Smokey is like those cheerleaders that do push-ups for every point,
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Right now he's telling them the quarterback's hurt, blitz. And they're gonna.
Quick flip, Perilou. Out on the left side, Brandon LaFell with a 1st down for LSU. And Ryan Perilou limping a little bit.
Yeah, and see, that's what's important is he took this hit from Eric Berry, either on the right thigh, left ankle, I don't know, but it affected his legs. But when you have those weapons at wide receiver, you got to use them. I mean, you just have to use them. LSU's offense will not be able to move the ball against Tennessee all day if they don't use their wide receiving weapons.
You got Hester in the running in the backfield. Keith Singer steps off the line and looks back. Here's Perilou on 1st down and 10, second play of the second quarter. Drills it, it's tipped and incomplete. Xavier Mitchell got that one. Well, Gary, assess Ryan Perilou's play so far.
Okay, I think about what the coaches were hoping for. He didn't get him beat early in the football game, and they're assuming he'll get better in his football game right now. You know, they've got a quarterback, Nick. Their defense has been in a lot of plays. They're batting down passes. If I was Tennessee also, I'd be beware of the deep ball because it is coming. You get a pass knocked down, they're going to go deep.
If you are a believer in omens, you're believing that Tennessee will win this one after that graphic. Here's the pass to Doucette out of the right side, and Doucette slips and is down. That'll be a gain of 6. Let's check in with Tracy Wolfson.
Thanks, guys. I spoke to Brett Bankston, the LSU's orthopedic surgeon, about
shared this week. Perilou got 60%. Hatch got 40%.
3rd down and 5. Tennessee with 3 down. They bring 4. Perilou with time. Dixon, the tight end, has a 1st down and 4 more yards.
The umpire, and you hope that the defender gets bumped. It's a great run.
Perilou high with his first 2 passes. He's now 6 of 9 for 74 yards. First down and 10. Here's the toss. Diving try defensively was missed, and Hester gets a couple of yards. Well, Matt Flynn is the starter. He is in his first year as a starter, and there's Carl coming off with an apparent injury. Matt Flynn unable to go today, we think. Had a third stringer who was on a Chilean mission last year.
Knocking on doors.
Yes. Hester stopped. It'll be third down.
Tennessee's getting a lot of third down opportunities with good defense right here. LSU is already at their 6th third down opportunity. Now they've done a little of everything. They've run Hester from the fullback spot, they've run the option, and they've thrown the ball. So if you're Chavis, what do? Do you come after Perilou or not?
Already third down and 8. They stunt defensively. Little screen pass right side. Hester gets a block. Hester to the 30-yard line. That will be close. He's just short of the 30. And you just know that Les Miles, if they don't get it, is going to say, well, we've done this before.
That's for sure. You know, again, another call to protect the quarterback. 3rd and long. You don't give him something he's going to make a mistake at. You give him something and he gets it out of his hand, and you take your chances on the screenplay.
Louisiana State famously 5 of 5 on 4th downs in their win over Florida. Equally famously stopped short on 4th and 2 in a triple overtime loss at Kentucky.
They're going to have to burn a timeout here, I believe.
They sure are, because the play clock is at 6, and they're getting ready to go for it on 4th and 1 here.
Remember, the option is alive. Does Tennessee play wide gaps and protect for the option, or do they pinch?
Sean Jordan leads the way for Hester. He is hit behind the line, and he is stopped. Eric Berry, number 14.
You play the percentages. Tennessee went wide gaps and blitzed up the middle. They were ready. Watch Tennessee fill inside with the linebackers, and the defensive line takes outside shoulders. That was a great call. That's what I suspected with the option. They blitzed inside and had their defensive line play outside shoulder heavy. Chavis guessed right.
Hester now 9 for 46. Here's a play fake. Ainge into the flat. Dropped by Austin Rogers. In that narrow win over Kentucky, this Tennessee team dropped 6 passes, one of which went through the hands in that game of Austin Rogers. John Chavis on the 4th down play.
Well, I'll tell you, this team was rocked for a lot of plays, and Chavis said that I guessed right. I did.
2nd down and 10. Ainge back across the middle. Looked like it was, yes, a catch at the 41-yard line. Now let's go back once again to Tim Brando in New York.
All right, Vern, to you, Vern.
All right, Tim, 3rd and 1, and Gerald Jones is in at quarterback. The wide receiver, a freshman out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Direct snap, handoff. First down, Tennessee, out near the 45-yard line.
The G gun works again. Gerald Jones blocks a man with the zone read, and then they double team Dorsey. Coming right out, and they push him right, and there's just nothing to push with on Dorsey. He used to take on those double teams and sink right there and make a pile. Now he's getting pushed out of the way.
New running back for Tennessee on first down. This is Lennon Creer, number 3, listed on the depth chart as the 3rd teamer. He gets the draw play, comes left, tries to, I think if he'd have kept it straight up the middle, he might have gotten a couple more. Well, let's get some more on Glenn Dorsey. Here's Trace.
Thanks, guys. I spoke to the LSU trainers before the game.
I think the fortunes of LSU might have been sealed with that Auburn chalk block.
I agree. He was such a dominant force in the first half of the season. 2nd down. Ainge with a lot of time finds Creer, and there's a double team. Chevis Jackson comes up, gets a little help with Derry Beckwith, and they stop him. Well, Dorsey's season.
Get off the line of scrimmage, and even though he was wearing number 72, he really wasn't number 72.
3rd and 3. 9:31 to go, first half. Ainge, left side, high, incomplete, uncatchable. So there was contact with Chad Jones, but
the one thing Bo Pelini said about defensing Tennessee is LSU came close last time to blocking it. Let's see if they can this time.
No, not this time. And a fair catch called by Chad Jones. He runs up, grabs it at the 16-yard line. Dorsey limps off. Ainge is playing. Matt Flynn is not.
There's been so many moments this year, but those were 3 of the best.
Here's Perilou with the handoff to Hester. Nice job defensively by Gerard Mayo. JT Mapu was also up there. We mentioned Andrew Hatch's Mormon mission. JT Mapu is back after having spent a couple
Mayo
of years.
has made 35 tackles in the last 2 football games. He gives credit to those defensive linemen. He says they're keeping me clean. And he was clean on that one, wasn't he? And he comes up and makes the tackle.
I like Mapu's style. He comes in late and gets all the camera
There he
time.
goes.
Yeah. 2nd down and 8.
There it is, a shift again to the bear. Now LSU should be aware of this. Tennessee's been doing this for 10 years. Late shift into the bear look where you sink your tackles down.
Tom Ritter.
That ball, false start. 79, offense, 5-yard penalty remains. 2nd down.
I've only been here 2 years.
Right.
I've watched Tennessee from afar, picked them a few games, Miami here, Florida State there, but I've seen them do this forever. They shift into the bear front where they bring their ends and tackles in. LSU must have been made aware of that, and that's 2 false starts.
And 4 penalties for the most penalized team in the SEC. Here's Perilou. Gerard Mayo had just a brilliant game in that 4 overtime victory against Kentucky with 19 tackles last week.
Well, we talked to Coach Chavis, and he said, they officially had to play 110 plays, but if you count penalties and do-overs, our guys actually played 119 plays, and 2 of our safeties, Eric Berry and Jonathan Hefty, played all 119. I'm sure Mayo was in for most of them.
8 tackles already. It's 3rd and 7. Blitz. Hefty coming. Perilou fires it. Caught. First down. Flag on the far side of the field. And we'll see.
Could be a sideline warning. Could be too many men on the huddle. So, yep, sideline warning. And the 3rd one is a 5-yard penalty.
Somebody needs to get back coach to get him back. It's 1st down and 10. And Perilou looks over to the side. Keelan Williams trying to get outside, slips the tackle of Eric Berry, but then Berry gets up, and now the chase is on. How about the block?
Perilou lays out Robert Ayers, I believe, but it's still a positive play for Tennessee. And they are beginning to be a force on the defensive line. Berry misses him once, misses him twice, and watch Perilou get Robert Ayers right there up high.
Perilou will get bragging rights on that play, but it was still Tennessee that forced the tackle Xavier Mitchell all the way back at the 16-yard line.
Absolutely, and Tennessee has to be disciplined to think about that. Forget about the knockout block. Think about them losing 12 yards.
Officially, we'll make it 14 and call it 2nd and 24. Here comes the blitz from the left side. They got him. Fumble.
Yep.
Third down. LSU recovers. They have lost, as we said, only 2 fumbles all year. One of them lost by that man, in the Middle Tennessee State game.
Nevin McKenzie right there is the guy coming out. 3-man line, but they rushed 4. Missed block that time from the outside for the offense.
Scott.
It was Charles Scott. And Ryan Perillo, he was not hot on the play. He didn't do anything wrong. Scott misses the block on a defensive back, and almost disaster.
What do you got in your pocket for 3rd and 32?
Something that gives you a punt afterwards.
Delay. Flag thrown. This will be a pre-snap penalty. And in all likelihood will cost LSU an additional 5 yards.
Well, Tennessee's got a drive going here now.
Yeah, they do. You're right.
It's the best they've nuked it since the opening drive.
Hold to the snap. Delay of game. Number 11 on the offense. Half the distance to the goal. Delay third down.
Oh, to be the underdog sometimes, huh? Have everybody talking. LSU's talking about we should still maybe be number 1 if we win this game. And Old Tennessee, they just go to work every day in practice, sneak into this football game and say, we're here.
And as a result of their presence, LSU has a 3rd and 35. 3 down. And here comes McKenzie again. He got to him behind the line of scrimmage. That will go as another sack. Well, as a running play. Nevin McKenzie, the junior from San Antonio, Texas.
See, there's just no way they're going to let Ryan Perillo throw the ball into their own end zone. They'll just take their chance punting it. But that was a disastrous series for LSU. I mean, what have they lost? 30 yards or 25 yards?
Right. This is LSU's first punt from the end zone. Patrick Fisher.
Oh my goodness, what a punt.
Rogan is back and takes it at the 38-yard line. Man, oh man.
See, that's why the strategy of protecting your backup quarterback works.
Patrick Fisher, who for the year is averaging just under 44, knocks this one 58 yards out. But Tennessee is not too displeased, and neither right now is Les Miles. As we went to commercial, that's Matt Flynn on the left with a one-way conversation.
Now, I was a backup, and I had a young player under me, Bernie Kosar, and you have to be very difficult not to give the quarterback, a young quarterback, too much information. Matt Flynn should pick his spots. Give him some air. Give him some breathing room.
Tennessee, after that 58-yard punt by Fisher, has a first down at the 45-yard line. They lead it by 1. There's a play fake, and Ainge comes near side. Chevis Jackson had both hands on it. Can't come up with his 5th interception of the season, but he does knock it down. It was intended for Kenny O'Neal, seldom used wide receiver.
Well, Jackson's probably
down in 10. Tennessee scored on its first drive of the ball game. 2 LSU field goals. Here's Ainge, flips it out left side, and that's dropped by
Glenn Dorsey. Not in there. I actually think this is a good move. I wish they would have used it last week. He's not a pass rush guy now. Pelini goes to a 3-man front.
3rd down, 10. Ainge back, little pressure, and it's incomplete up at the 50-yard line, intended for Foster. There was pressure coming from the backside. Foster can't hang on. It'll be 4th down.
See, that is, you start out first.
The touchdown in the subsequent 4 drives, a total of 37 yards.
Very obvious.
Colquitt is on to punt. Chad Jones moves up to the 15 here. Oh, what a nice high punt. Way up in the air. Fair catch. Called by Chad Jones at the 10-yard line. The latest of the kicking Colquitt family. 45 yards on this one, nothing on the return. This is the SEC Championship. We're in the Georgia Dome, Tim. 4:28 to go in the first half of play. Tuesday on CBS, catch Heidi Klum and all the Victoria's Secret fashion models, plus musical surprises in the all-new Victoria's Secret Fashion Show, Tuesday at 10, 9 Central on CBS. Matt Flynn, the quarterback, out with a shoulder injury, has given way to Ryan Perilou. Perilou on first down, play fake, looks deep. He's got Doucette way down there. Can he find him? No.
Well, they waited until they had a first down play to air it out and try to back off that secondary from Tennessee that has been there. You're going to see in the second long.
Well, not all of us have been there.
Well, it's no fun. I've
never experienced that.
Trindon Holiday in the game.
Yes, indeed. Number 8. They hand it off to Hester. He gets into the secondary. First down, Jacob Hester.
Wow.
Guards Gary Croton, who former head coach at Brigham Young and Louisiana Tech in his first year as the offensive coordinator here. Hester again at left tackle. Johnson and Richard Murphy are the two in the backfield now. Second down and 4. Option, pitch. Murphy comes right. Not much there. DeMonte Bolden, number 98, makes the contact, and it'll be third down. Well, we're a little over 3 minutes away from the Dr. Pepper Go for More event. $1 million is still the potential payoff. 3rd and 5. Three down for Tennessee. They're going to bring the blitz. Perilou, he's got him. It's Bird to the 50-yard line.
The football.
Gain of 23, 2:25 to go before the halftime break. Bird again, spins to the outside, and we've got 2:18 remaining in the first half. Tennessee took the opening kickoff and marched 57 yards, got the touchdown to go up 7-0. Ryan Perilou has gone the distance at quarterback for Louisiana State. Matt Flynn out with a shoulder injury, the senior. So Perilou, the sophomore, getting his second start of the season. This a little larger stage. This is Tennessee in the SEC. His last start was Middle Tennessee State. He was brilliant in that game, and he's been fine tonight.
Another penalty.
Wow. They are the most penalized team in the SEC. No blemishes.
Right. No timeouts, by the way, for LSU.
They used their last with 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. 1st and 20. Again, 3 down for the Volunteers. And they will bring 4. Perilou out of the backfield finds Murphy. He gets a fine block from Brandon LaFell, and they get 12 back. Well, he's now 10 of 14 for 126 yards. 2nd and 8. McKenzie coming from the corner. Perilou out to Murphy in the right flat. That'll bring up 3rd and 5 or 6, depending on the spot. Wes Brown, number 94, makes the tackle here.
We did the Florida game with Tennessee in that football game when Florida put 50 on them, I guess, whatever it was. And I watched some tape of the Cal game before preparing for that game. This is an improved defense. I mean, their secondary is so much better than the secondary I saw early in the season. You can see they're learning how to play their zone coverages.
John Chavis, longtime defensive coordinator. 3rd and 6. Again, 3. They bring 4. And Bird makes the catch.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It was a catch. First down.
Nice play done by Demetrius Bird. He had a touchdown catch in the game against Arkansas. And he was the intended receiver on the try for 2 that was intercepted by Matero Richardson. And that was the final play of that LSU Arkansas game. 1st down and 10. 54 seconds to go. Clock running again. Left side, Doucette. He's got big Saron Black in front. And I do mean big Saron Black. That's the 10-yard line.
Took advantage of it.
And now the ball spiked. And so the clock stops with 38 seconds. Notre Dame in 90. 2nd down and 10.
I don't like that one. Don't like that one at all.
He's in jail. Now they've got to really hustle. 30 seconds to go.
They either are going to call a play here to the end zone or they're going to ground it. With a veteran quarterback, you could throw to the end zone. But I think right now they're just going to spike the ball and get a field goal try.
17 seconds to go.
You could throw a fade.
Sense of urgency with the crowd, and the clock winding down.
They'll add seconds.
On a catch with, I guess, 3 seconds was left on the clock, but the clock was actually stopped with 1. And so 12 seconds to go. Now 11. There's the spike.
Now see, young quarterback. I mean, if you have a veteran quarterback there, you're going to throw that fade to the corner and still be able to kick the field goal.
So for the third time in the first half, it's the all-time leading single-season scorer for LSU, Colt David. He's 2 of 2 so far, both from 30. And Perilou will hold. This is from 31 out. Jacob O'Hare is the deep snapper. Thursday on CBS, an investigator's life spirals out of control on a powerful new episode of CSI, Thursday at 9, 8 Central on CBS. Now they've changed the official yardage on this one. It's a 30-yarder. Perilou will hold it. The snap a little high. The kick is, whoa, wide right.
When you upset a team, some things have to go your way. Let's see if the hold was good. Appears it was good. Tilted towards the holder. That's what you want to do so it doesn't hook, and it never did.
Colt David misses from wide right on a 30-yarder in their 5-game win streak. You see Philip Fulmer, it's gone his way. Recall that Ryan Suckup of South Carolina missed one. And in the Vandy game, Hanfelt had one graze the left upright. So they've gotten some breaks from missed field goals. Who knows how important this one will be?
Well, the defense played 46 plays. They played 110 last week, but they've survived the first half.
Let's go down to Tracy, who is with Les Miles.
Thanks a lot, guys. Coach, how would you assess Perilou's first half performance?
Good. He's throwing the football well. He's making the checks. You know, we have to manage we're down in the short field, you know, backed up. We got to manage that better as coaches. But, you know, I think he's given us every opportunity to win.
Would you have made a different decision on that 4th down call if Matt Flynn was in the game?
I don't know. It's probably the same call.
How about the focus of the team? This was the concern. Do you like what you've seen from them?
Yeah, I like how we're playing. This is going to be a second half game. We knew that.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Now, Philip Fulmer, his team has won 5 in a row to get into this game. They have the lead at the half by 1. Coming up, Dr. Pepper's Go For More event when we return after this message and a word from your local station. Back in Atlanta, the Georgia Dome, the SEC Championship presented by Dr. Pepper, with Tennessee enjoying a 1-point lead at the break. And time now for the Dr. Pepper Go For More contest. Here are the rules. We have 2 contestants. They have 30 seconds to simultaneously throw 10 balls from the 5-yard line. The contestant with the most throws successful wins $100,000, and then he's got a choice to go for more. If he makes it from 15, it's $500,000. If he makes it from 23, he wins $1 million. Let's go down to Tracy Wolfson.
Well, I'm here with both contestants. Mike
C.
Here's Trace.
Congratulations, Scott Davis. You're the winner. Will you go for more?
Yes.
Where will you do it from?
$1 million line.
Good luck. Let's hear it for Scott Davis. He's going for $1 million.
Woo!
Oh, he's got the sweaty palm. Did you see him rub the shirt right there?
There's his wife.
Oh, he's just wiping it again.
Man, oh man.
No. The sweaty palm.
Oh, great. They're booing him. Oh, great.
Well, we watched him warm up yesterday. He was almost on every throw from 23 yards. And pressure, you do it right away.
Yeah. Let's go down to Tracy once again.
Well, Scott Davis, he's still a winner, and I'm here with Jim Johnston, president of sales for Dr. Pepper, and you have something.
Geico.com. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geico Halftime Report. I'm Tim Brando with a score in Atlanta. Tennessee leading LSU 7-6. Spencer Tillman joins me. I'm curious. Do you think Les Miles, who announced in a press conference 2 hours earlier today before the game, when he announced he was going to stay at LSU, do you think he woke up thinking he may be at Michigan next week, but after the bogus report said, you know what? You're not going to push me. I'm going to stay.
Timmy, we don't really know, but this is what we do know for sure. Core values are what you do, not what you say. And what Les Miles did today, standing up for himself and the team, told me a lot about the character. Mm-hmm. He learned a tremendous amount from the predecessor, Nick Saban, who flat out lied about his situation. Yeah. So again, who knows? Right. All I know is what he did.
Matt Flynn not being able to play has made life even more difficult on him today, having to go with Ryan Perlew.
Well, it's all about execution. As I said in our pregame, it's all about coming down and understanding it's going to come down to coaching. This game is 7-6, 1 point between them. Despite the way LSU is executed, it's been horrid. Yeah. They're still in this contest.
Watershed moment for Miles as a coach coming up this second half. Getting right to the scoreboard, Virginia Tech and Boston College in the ACC championship. It's been another great year, partner.
Oh, it's been wonderful.
I love you, man.
Love you too,
Welcome back to our New York studios. As the SEC crowns its champion tonight, we thought we'd take a final look back at one of the most unpredictable seasons in years. So before we send you back to Atlanta for the second half, sit back, enjoy the ride as we leave you with our plays of the year.
Bradford jumps up. He caught it.
There's a snap, and that's a fake, and a flip over to David, and he is going to score! Holy cow, what a play!
And he's airing it out for Manningham in the end zone. He's got it!
Heading toward the uprights, and he has missed it! He missed it, and Tennessee has won in overtime!
Stafford wants to go for it all right here. He throws to the end zone. Touchdown!
Has room, tackle from behind. It's fumbled, and Tennessee is headed to Atlanta.
Curry throws it now to Maddox, across the field to Barmore, to Thompson, Thompson at the...
CBS Sports presents the Geico Halftime Report. Geico.com. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Tennessee's defense, they're going to need more.
Colquitt will kick off. Trendon Holiday is on the left as Tennessee comes down the field, and this will be Keelan Williams who grabs it at the 10-yard line. No, it's Chad Jones who's back. It's Jones, number 3, who replaces Keelan Williams. And so LSU gets it. They have dominated Gary in every way, but they trail by 1.
I think they were 3 times at the 10-yard line or inside the 10-yard line and came away with 2 field goals. Now, I'm surprised by that a little bit because a running quarterback usually is pretty effective inside the 10-yard line. Not a lot of experience, I guess, but I look at if you're LSU, we're moving the ball, we'll eventually score.
Well, certainly Les Miles seemed to have a lot of equanimity. He wasn't concerned at all when he was chatting with Tracy and they went in. First down and 10. Here's the toss. Holiday out to the 29-yard line.
Well, I can read them. I mean, that's one advantage. I like when they're in orange. You know, it's funny. Coach Chavis said one of the reasons he feels that Mayo did not get enough tackles as a linebacker is because our road uniforms are hard to read from the press box.
Well, we can testify to that. This is the first time they have worn the all orange since 1999. They look a little bit like moving dreamsicles. Second down and 4. Here's Holiday coming right. And let's take a look at the first half stats presented by Dr. Pepper.
Well, a lot of check marks, not a lot of points. That's my expert analysis on that.
You get paid a lot of money for stuff like that.
Check marks are good, points are better.
Third down. Bird and Doucette wide left. Holiday is still in the backfield alongside Ryan Perlew. Matt Flynn not playing with an injured shoulder. 4-man Tennessee rush. Perlew in trouble, pulls up. He's got LaFell way downfield. LaFell has to wait on it, but he makes the catch.
Throw it when you got a guy that wide open.
Jonathan Hefney giving chase. LaFell backing up a 48-yard completion. Perilou, LaFell, they've got the Doucette LaFell shoulder bump down solid. Here's Holiday, and he's down to the 17-yard line.
Houghton has called a good game plan. They've run the ball just enough, thrown it enough, and he's earning more respect from his offensive coordinator.
There's a reverse Doucette.
Oh.
Whoa! Rico McCoy, number 5.
Where these guys bend, but they don't break, do they? They are reading these plays. It looked like a play was going when McCoy is blitzing, and he does not go for the sweep. He sees it all the way. He saw Doucette coming as he was blitzing.
Ten-yard loss, 3rd and 16. LaFell and Terrence Tolliver to the right side. Bird and Doucette to the left. 4-man rush. They come with a corner, and that one's in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Demetrius Bird.
There is no way this play should have worked, but that was a Jamarcus Russell throw to the outside.
Jamarcus Russell now with the Oakland Raiders, last year's starting quarterback. I'm getting an idea of why folks are excited about Perilou. Here's the extra point from Cole David. It's up and good.
Watch how wide the safety was lined up. He was lined up outside the wide hash. Look at this. There is no room to throw that ball in that area. That safety.
Down, caught by Demetrius Bird, number 2, off the arm of Ryan Perilou. 7th touchdown catch of the year for Demetrius Bird. Here's the kick taken at the 7 by Lennon Creer, the freshman. And good special teams. Let's go back to the touchdown toss.
Let's figure out how far this thing was thrown, okay? Ryan Perilou lets this ball go.
Sociology and history. You think I understand that?
You handle the words, I'll handle the math.
Okay. Oh, gracious. Here's the catch made by the tight end Brad Cottom. Only the 4th game he's been able to play this year. Broke a wrist in preseason. He is a load at 6'8", 270.
And he's about a 4'7" guy, and he came back last week, caught that play against Georgia.
Kentucky.
Excuse me. Kentucky.
That's all right.
Blue, Kentucky.
red equals Georgia.
Yes, I got it.
Blue.
Or black. Black would equal Georgia.
There you are. First down and 10.
Well, I screwed that one up. Oh, well.
No. Left side, Foster. Arian Foster bounces off the first tackle, and he's out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Well, 12 top. Ohio State in pretty good shape as they await the results of tonight's game.
No Glenn Dorsey.
Yep, again. Left side, caught. Lucas Taylor.
Well, that was nice by Eric Ainge. You got to be able, in modern day football, to be able to throw the ball flat-footed. They just don't allow you to stand on pitcher's mound and stride to home plate. As we look at Glenn Dorsey, he just does not have the pop in there. I mean, the guy's a warrior, but I feel horrible for him. His senior year, I mean, he was having an unbelievable season to start out with.
First down and 10. Ainge, play fake. Being chased, fires it out, incomplete. Good job by Luke Sanders covering. And let's go back to Tim Brechtevern. Thanks, Tim. I love the Oregon uniforms.
Well, I would have bet against that if I was knowing you.
I was being sardonic.
You got it.
Second down and 10. Ainge, screen pass. Josh Briscoe, number 81. Down to the 35, maybe 36-yard line is where they'll mark it.
Well, it's called a rhythm passing attack. And, a lot of credit goes to the offensive line, but a lot of credit goes to the design of the plays. Eric Ainge has less than 2.5 seconds to get rid of the ball no matter what. Now, that was a screenplay. That's unique. But all year, he's been told, pre-read, throw the ball, or get rid of the ball.
Austin Rogers is the only wideout. Double tight end set on 3rd and 1. Foster goes right and has the first down. Arian Foster, over 1,000 yards for the season.
That's the 8th first down of the game for Tennessee. They had 4 of them on the first drive of the game. On the next 4 drives, they had 1 first down, and now they put together 3 on this drive.
And Gerald Jones, the freshman wide receiver, is in at quarterback. He'll take the direct snap. Option play, Jones keeps it to the 15-yard line. Craig Stelz with the tackle.
Boy, modern day football. You put together a game plan. You say Eric Ainge is going to be your quarterback, and all of a sudden you got one of these guys that are recruited as a quarterback / player, and look at all the things you can do from it. It really exposes this LSU defense. Parker gets a great block right there. Anthony Parker, number 75.
Ainge back. Oh, no, Jones is still there. And this time fakes the pass, hands it off to Foster. You're suggesting this is not your father's T formation.
No, and it never will be again, to tell you the truth. I mean, Ainge comes back in, Ollie Highsmith has time, and I continue to say, even though it's risky, you must come after that formation. If you sit back, there's just too many options, and you're too flat-footed and too much space. I think you need to crowd it and go after it.
Eric Ainge. Tennessee with the first down at the second down, I beg your pardon, 2nd and 10. Ollie Highsmith.
And also Derry Beckwith on that time, too. He forced it into Highsmith. You're plugging the Mender, no hurt early in the year, and now Glenn Dorsey.
There's Highsmith. It's 3rd down and 8.
They're coming after it. If I know David Cutcliffe's knows, I'll tell you that.
Change is made. Play clock at 3. And they come. Ainge.
Interference.
Yes.
Interference. Absolutely.
Jevis Jackson, it was intended for Briscoe. It'll be first down. No. Let's see.
Oh, wow. Was there a pre-snap penalty on this?
Here's Tom Ritter.
Oh.
There is no foul for pass interference. The ball was tipped. Ball was tipped.
Didn't see that one.
Let's see if we can see it now.
I think it was Ricky Jean-François, number 90. I think it was number 90. Yes, it was. Just took some of the spin off of that, didn't he?
Now, he's an interesting story, Gary. Suspended for a violation of team rules all season
Regular
long.
season. Regular season. The loophole.
Right. That's and he is playing for the first time tonight. Field goal. Well, it happens to Tennessee. Daniel Lincoln misses. 13-7 LSU leads. Now the SEC moment presented by Sonic.
If I'm not going to send my own children, I'm not going to send my players.
Fumbles the ball. It's loose. Tigers got it. Tosses the ball. Intercepted. Touchdown! Riggs over left tackle. Touchdown. Touchdown. Touchdown, Tennessee. Instant victory in overtime at Baton Rouge.
Better not ever underestimate the heart of the Volunteers.
Coach 0-2 against top top 10 teams on the road. What do you need to do to change that?
I'm not worried about 0-2 against top 10 teams on the road. I'm worried.
And so in the last 2 years, one apiece. And right now LSU leads at 13-7, 8:12 to go in the third. Hester, little somersault at the end.
Now can the LSU offensive line, they've got the passing game established, can the LSU offensive line pound now?
Charles Scott is in. Here's Perilou rolling out. Nobody open. Pulls up. Now he finds, oh no, right through the hands of Keith Singer. Jacob Hester. Fumble in his career. One lost fumble. That was the first game of his career. That was against Georgia, 2004. This team, collectively, the running backs have not lost a fumble in over 600 carries. Scott and Hester in the backfield. On third down, here's Perilou. Watch out. He lets it go as he is hit, and he's got a first down at the 30.
Because all those receivers, there's only one leaving, Early Doucette.
And Perilou has had some well-documented off-the-field issues, so fair to say he needs to show a little maturity. Here's Trendon Holiday all the way across the 50 and out of bounds. Texas, Oklahoma started it. Their first wishbone was in the annual Texas OU game. Fumble. Picked up by Eric Berry. No, it's not. Yes, it is Berry.
Yes, he does.
No sooner do we mention no fumbles and 600 carries by the running backs than Trendon Holiday pops it up. Only the third lost fumble of the year.
Well, we're getting you ready for basketball. You give those free throw statistics, and all of a sudden he misses it. And this time, Holiday does it right on cue. Eric Berry, a great athlete, offensive and defensive player in high school, and that ball pops up, and oh my.
Right into his hands. Oofta.
Win to have any shot of winning the division. I mean, that game was really do or die for us. You know, we felt like our backs were against the wall. We get out there with no timeouts, get set to kick. We have somebody jump off sides. We go on through and kick the ball. And there's flags and the whistles, and I hesitated a little bit. Casey hesitated a little bit. We laughed about it that we had to make it hard on ourselves backing up a little bit more, but fortunately we got another chance. That's what any kicker or competitor dreams about. To have the game on the line and have the game in their hands. In overtime, already had a few opportunities that were longer throughout the game, and you're sitting there thinking, just don't miss. Just go out there and execute. Afterwards, you look back on and realize how fortunate you are to perform in that setting and play for this school and with these guys here. It makes it all the more worthwhile.
Toyota, moving forward.
Fumble lost in this season. This one, Trendon Holiday hit by his own man, and the ball goes over. First fumble in 659 carries by the LSU running backs. Here's a handoff. Arian Foster coming to the near side and being forced out of bounds by Chevis Jackson. All right, Tim, we saw your Plays of the Year production. That was well done by the guys in the studio. Lost 2 on the last play, second down and 12. Ainge, man wide open. My goodness, it's Chris Brown, the tight end. Blown assignment of some sort.
He kind of flooded the area over there. They had a bunch formation to start with, and one guy goes deep, and then Chris Brown just kind of follows him. Deep, and then here's Chris Brown right here following him, kind of a trail route. Right behind Austin Rogers, Chris Brown follows him. And that's exactly what happens. Two guys in the same area, and a wonderful read by Eric Ainge.
24-yard gain, first down and 10, just inside the 45.
Same bunch formation again.
Look at this. 289 completions. A guy named Manning comes to mind. Here's Foster going right. And let's get some injury updates. Here's Tracy.
That's right, guys. The tailbone injury Glenn Dorsey has been dealing with is keep.
All right, thank you, Tracy. Second down and 9. Eric Ainge. Got a man open. Briscoe to the 30-yard line. Tennessee moves the chains again.
Boy, wouldn't that be a nice draft pick, maybe beginning of the second round or something for the Indianapolis Colts, because he plays just like Peyton Manning. I mean, Eric Ainge, he's a rhythm thrower. He reads the defenses quickly, gets the ball to the outside, and is very accurate. He obviously has a bright future.
And the offensive coordinator who teaches him also taught Peyton and Eli, David Cutcliffe. First down and 10. Ainge 13 yards on the last one.
Same bunch formation.
Pumps once. Across the middle. Caught him. His second catch of the ball game.
Wow. Now everybody, I thought, was covered on that play. Both Lee's shaking his head. I thought everybody was covered. Everybody was covered early, but late. Brad Cottom comes across, and you're taught, if you're a tight end in that middle, try to get in front of the quarterback. Find his eyes. And that's exactly what Cottom did. Sometimes the receiver has to present himself to the quarterback, and he did.
Ainge now 11 of 20 in the ball game. On second down, they hand it off. No, they play fake. And he's got a man wide open again to the right. Austin Rogers. First and goal.
Just shows you a lot of different weapons, a quarterback, and here's the last thing. No pressure on Eric Ainge. It looks like he's throwing 7-on-7 out there. Can they get any pressure? In comes a new quarterback.
Jonathan Crompton is in, the running quarterback. High formation. Crompton on the roll. Well read by the LSU defense. Beckwith up, we think.
There's a little bit of history of freshmen starting at Tennessee, I believe, isn't there?
I've heard that.
Yeah, that's right.
Ainge back in. Eric Ainge, his senior year. Dance is right. Again, no pressure whatsoever. He has to throw it away, however. Good downfield coverage. And recall that this drive began on the Trendon Holiday fumble.
He bumps right into his own man on that time, and ball pops up in the air. And, Trendon Holiday says, I thought I had a clear area, but Charles Scott's rear end was in the way.
Ninth play of the drive after the fumble. There's a player down at the 12-yard line. Tyson Jackson, the defensive end, number 93.
And he's been very quiet in this football game, hasn't he? He has not gotten those quick matchups and engaged with Foster on that play, number 78.
Third and goal.
Well, will LSU bring the blitz and put pressure?
2 wide left, 1 wide right. It does not appear they're going to come.
Same coverage as last play.
Ainge. Touchdown, Tennessee, Josh Briscoe. Hearing a rendition of Rocky Top.
I think I've heard that a few times, but I'll tell you, that was pretty good execution. Danny McCray had decent coverage, but an absolute strike from Eric Ainge.
Daniel Lincoln for the extra point to break the tie and give Tennessee the lead again. They're up 14-13.
Watch McCray over the slot, move in and out and in and out. He moves back and forth to try to change it up. In, out, decent coverage. Ball is perfectly thrown to the outside. Ainge zeroes in. He knows it's outside man-to-man. It was the same exact coverage as the one before, and I think Eric Ainge knew exactly where to go. Number 10, after the turnover, says, "Coach, I got you one."
Volunteers lead at 14-13. Hello, Smokey. One more? Sure. Oh, gosh. Here's the kick. Chad Jones takes it at the goal line. At the 20. Oh, boy, as he popped. My goodness. Looked like Quentin Hancock might have gotten there. Ouch. Hancock down low. LSU trailing again. Davis also a part of it. Dorian Davis, number 34. 3:03 to go, third quarter. Tennessee by 1. Perilou caught by Doucette, no gain. May have lost a yard. Eric Berry with the tackle. Now Red Lobster presents today's Scholar Athletes. That's dual. Austin Rogers for Tennessee, finance major, 3.35. And for Louisiana State, commitment to the investment of our future, shown by donating $1,000 to each school's general scholarship fund. Toss to Hester, goes left, 3rd and 10.
I'm going to tell you, Gerard Mayo didn't make the tackle on that one, but he went over there and ate up a block and allowed somebody else to make the tackle. Watch number 7. This is good middle linebacker play. He gets there, eats up the block from the fullback, and allows his teammate to make the block.
It was Rico McCoy up high. It's 3rd down and 8. Hester is out. Four-man rush. Perilou rolls out under some pressure. He's got intercepted. Picked off by Eric Berry. Tennessee football at the 37-yard line.
Well, I hate to say, I saw what Ryan Perilou saw. Terrence Tolliver is going to sit down right there for a second, and then he breaks off his route. Just as Perilou's going to throw it. Now watch, there he is. He sits down, and then he breaks off his route, and the safety sees the ball coming. Because there was pressure, yes, but Perilou said, I thought he was going to stay there. LSU fans are saying, what the heck was that? Well, there was a plan there.
Second turnover in the last 5 minutes. Play fake. Here's Ainge rolling to his right. Nobody open. He's got to throw it away again. Well, they tried to, the old tactic of make a long strike.
Get the handoff for a play action pass, see? And he goes, what happened? And then that just blew up the play because nobody knew what to do.
2nd and 10. Draw play, Foster to the 34-yard line. Al Woods, who's in there in place of Glenn Dorsey with the tackle. Let's go to Tim Brando for this Heisman watch. All right, Tim, they are both idle this weekend. 3rd and 7. Tennessee with a 1-point lead. Right side, Raheem Alem had a little pressure, and there's Stelz to knock it away. No flag.
This drive stopped with the bust on 1st down. That shifted the strategy of the play. Ball was thrown, and Stelz does a nice job. He took his hand off the back, and he made the play. He has every right. The bust.
Perilou thought he was going to continue deep, laid it in the hands of Eric Berry. Here's Ryan Perilou on the interception, and an injury occurred on this play, Gary.
Yeah, Perilou, as he threw it, looks like he caught his finger on a helmet or a shoulder pad. And watch at the end of the play, he's going to glance down and notice that he's got a little laceration on his right finger. Everybody knows what a right finger, there it is, right there. You can see the cut on his right finger. And then it was James Bond on the sideline over there.
51-yard field goal attempt. Long of the year is from 48, and this one is wide right. And here is Perilou with an injured finger. This was the scene on the sideline.
Boy, come on, Tracy, get in there and see what's going on.
Hester on first down. As they, let's go down to Tracy Wolfson.
Guys, I was right behind him.
Tennessee fans right now are saying, let's see if we can get one of those fumbled handoffs when Eric had his bad finger. Remember early in the year?
Eric Ainge against Florida with a bad index finger. And it cost him as he tried to hand off left-handed on one particularly memorable play. Fourth quarter, we've reached the end of 3, 14-13 Tennessee. We'll return to the Georgia Dome right after this word from your local station.
On tickets by playing Watch and Win on WDEF News 12. Congratulations and thanks for playing.
From educational achievements to the unsung heroes.
We welcome you back to the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, 14-13, as we start the fourth quarter. Tennessee scored on its opening drive of the game, a couple of field goals by LSU, a 7-6 score at the half. And then LSU went up by a score of 13-7 on a touchdown, only to have Tennessee come back and take a lead on a touchdown catch by Josh Briscoe. Here's Ryan Perilou with an injured index finger on his throwing hand, throwing it away. You saw the injury sustained when he was hit after a pass. He's got that index finger heavily wrapped. How much does that affect?
Well, it has to affect you, or we would all bandage our finger. It can't make it any better, I don't think.
I walked right into that.
Well, let's be honest. I don't know if it affects them that much where you have to go to your third-string quarterback or not. I think that they will evaluate that right away to see if it's going to affect his throwing, because clearly LSU without throwing the ball is not going to beat Tennessee in this football game.
Matt Flynn has not played it down tonight, out with an injured shoulder. Glenn Dorsey tried to give it a go, but he's got a tailbone contusion, so he's out. And now... And Elix Wilson, the backup linebacker, was the injured player. He's walking off by himself, but limping a little bit.
LSU is 9 for 15 on third down in this football game.
Perilou against Middle Tennessee, 20 of 25. Against Tennessee, 18 of 25. 3rd and 7. Flag down on the far side. To Hester.
He just flinched right in the slot right there.
And so it's 3rd and 12. Incomplete, one hopper. 4th down.
I don't even know if he got hit on that. I would not be shocked if we don't come back next time with Andrew Hatch. He might have did he get hit by Mayo, or did the ball just go in the ground? Take another peek.
Mayo coming up the middle, got him from behind on the blitz.
Yeah, you got to give it to the Mayo on that one.
Patrick Fisher, only his second punt of the game, and he sails it again. He had one of 58 yards first time out. This one is taken by Dennis Rogan, number 41. And the tackle made by Jacob Hester, who plays special teams as well as do everything else for this LSU team. 55-yard punt, 6 on the return. Gerard Mayo, number 7, anchor of this Tennessee defense.
And now it's time for our Geico scoring recap.
Tennessee got the first touchdown of the game. Chris Brown, a deflected 11-yard reception. They're up 7-0. And then LSU called on Colt David, a 30-yard field goal to cut the margin to 7-3. It was David again from 30 yards out. That made it 7-6. He missed another 30-yarder as the half ended. Demetrius Byrd, a 27-yard touchdown reception from Ryan Perilou, 13-7. And then after a fumble recovery, Eric Ainge finds Josh Briscoe for the touchdown. That's where we stand at 14-13. At this moment of the game, I'm a big fan of low-scoring football.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is, they're tending to Ryan Perilou again.
I believe it's just a finger unless they're amputating and putting one on.
You and I are thinking the same thing.
Really?
I mean, they're seeking, unless they're cutting it off. What is the problem? Oh, gosh. Well, there's Foster, who's tackled at the 19-yard line. Luke Sanders.
One of the goals for not letting him come up and back and up and back. Seems to me that they've done an all right job in the pass game, but not in the run game.
Second down, 8. Eric Ainge rolling out. Fires it behind his intended receiver, Austin Rogers.
Calling games. Back to you.
Yes, indeed. And if they are going to the Sun Bowl, they're going to be welcomed by Jimmy Rogers and the crew in El Paso and have the time of their lives. Third down and 8. Ainge under pressure. It'll be fourth down.
The adjustment Bo Pelini has made because of an injured Dorsey, I'll bet he would like to have it.
Nothing unforeseen. LSU should have pretty good field position out of this. Colquitt. Brother Dustin punting with the Chiefs. Good protection. And here's Jones going right. Has it at the 40. Good downfield coverage. My goodness. Nick Gervais with the tackle. Backup linebacker. 13:41 to go. Tennessee leads LSU. That's the LSU coach. First down and 10. Don't forget, later in the game tonight, the 5-star play of the game presented by Wrangler. LSU trailing by 1. And they have a first down, their best field position of the game to start a drive. Draw play, Hester. A couple of yards.
Yeah, that Tennessee front is stiffened up, don't they? LSU without Flynn, and then losing Keelan Williams has taken LSU out of their option game and forced Trindon Holiday back in the game as a backup, a tailback, when they want to run the option game. And now with a cut finger, it's another thing to call your game around if you're Gary Croton.
Ryan Perilou injured his finger late third quarter. Second down. Left side, caught by Early Doucette. And an update on the injury to Ryan Perilou. Here's Tracy.
He needs stitches, but they won't do anything now. They'll have to continue to tape it up each time he comes off the field.
All right, thank you, Trace. And 1 of 4 since the injury. And you can see the blood is already soaked through the bandage again. Here's the blitz coming up the middle. Perilou finds Doucette. It'll be fourth down.
I would not be surprised, again, I would not be surprised if they don't go to Hatch very quickly here, because it looks like Perilou is limited, and now Doucette is down.
Early Doucette, who missed 4 full games, all. Andrew Hatch, he has played in 1 game this year. He mopped up for Ryan Perilou.
Burned by alignment, Tennessee must show LSU that if you fake it, we'll be ready, and they did do that.
And here is the fake. It's caught over the middle. Quinn Johnson, number 45. There's a flag down.
It should be people downfield, should it? Was the ball caught behind the line of scrimmage? That'll be the key.
The flag is at the 46-yard line. Quinn Johnson's second catch of the year.
Was the ball caught behind the line of scrimmage?
There is no foul for an eligible downfield. The pass was caught behind the line of scrimmage.
The yard line is the...
Quinn Johnson with the catch. His second reception of the year. Perilou, play fake. Deep left side for Bird. Man on man, too far. And he was open.
Well, they ran a stud is acceptable. I mean, you can't cover these guys like a blanket, and he forced a perfect throw, and it was not.
Second down and 10. LaFell in motion. Blitz. Perilou out to his right. Finds Bird, and he is popped. Oh, my gracious. Brent Vinson, the freshman.
Vinson gets him, but Xavier Mitchell, number 93, forces the high throw. He sees Mitchell in the way, and Vincent just levels him. Had to put a little air under it. And man, Vincent, who was a wide receiver when we did the Florida game with Tennessee, is now full-time in defensive backfield.
Vincent on the left, Bird on the right. 3rd and 10.
Vincent's finding that it's better to give than to receive.
You're going biblical on it. LaFell hurries over to the right side, 3rd and 10. Penalty.
It's a good thing.
Tennessee without a blemish here in the 4th quarter.
Tolliver lines up wrong again.
Here's the toss. Holiday gets a block from LaFell, and Holiday is popped. Eric Berry got there.
Man, I'll tell you, this game has turned into a fight for the SEC championship, hasn't it? Both offenses struggling a bit. Now both defenses are taking shots, and Eric Berry almost had another knockout.
4th and 5. And the punting unit comes on.
Will be a 58-yarder. I remember he tried a 57-yarder at the end of a game, but I think the better strategy here is to punt him deep.
Play field position.
Holiday is limping off, by the way. Trindon Holiday is limping very badly.
Yes, he is. Keelan Williams, one of the running backs, already out. And here's Fisher. Rogan is back. Comes to the near side with this one. Fair catch called. Oh, baby. Oh. Out of bounds at the 9. Les Miles, LSU, poised. He said it twice. $10:50 remaining in the game. Let's go down to Tracy Wolves.
Thanks, guys. A very busy LSU training staff. I was just told wide receiver Early Doucette out for the game with a right shoulder injury.
All right, he joins a growing list in this battle of attrition. Trindon Holiday limped badly as he went off.
And Perilou's playing with a finger that has obviously limited his throwing.
Worst field position for either team to start a drive. This is at the 9. Backs in the eye. Ainge pulls it out and fires it too high for Austin Rogers, and that gives us a chance to go to Tim Brando for this Heisman Watch presented by Nissan.
It's back to you, Vern.
Been a heck of a year. Here's Ainge. He's missed his last 5. He gets this one, but it's only out to the 13-yard line. Josh Briscoe. Eric Ainge, the senior.
He's managed this game well. He got away with one early, survived what could have been an interception, and he's played above average. Can he turn it on and steal an SEC championship? That's his goal.
3rd and 5. Tennessee holds on to a 1-point lead. They have yet to turn the ball over, and they have yet to have a penalty. And they're looking at a 3rd and 5 with a 1-point lead as we reach the 10-minute mark. Inside, picked off, Jonathan Zenon, touchdown!
Threw to the wrong guy. Inside rub was wide open on the play.
the senior from Breaux Bridge, Louisiana.
Looks like LSU will go for 2.
That is the first turnover of the night, and they will go for 2.
Now you would assume it would be an option play here.
Quinn Johnson goes right. Hester is alongside Perilou. Perilou keeps it, 2 points.
Kind of the zone read. Eric Ainge busted one here. Had it inside.
Sean Godet will kick off. Rogan and Lennon Creer are the deep 2 for Tennessee. This is Creer at the 9. Oh, wow. Chad Jones. Les Miles told us last week he is going to become, well, he already is a good player.
Yeah, he will be an All-American.
Yes, indeed.
If he plays, he's a baseball player too, but here's the interception again. It was Ainge's fault. Now, can he come back and make up for it?
First down at the 23. Play fake. He rolls out to his left, fires the ball. It's caught by Briscoe, and Briscoe drags a tackler near the first down yarder.
It has not been pretty for Eric Ainge against LSU in his history.
You're being kind.
Well,
remember the memorable game, of course, after Katrina.
I remember him.
Monday night down in New Orleans from this Tennessee team.
And the bad ankle last year.
Right. Now they came back and won that one, and then he missed most of last year's game with a bad ankle. It's second down and 1. Handoff. Foster appears. Well, remember that the Monday night game post-Katrina between these two, and also post-Rita, here's the pass that we're talking about. Eric Ainge in desperation throws it out. It was intercepted and an easy touchdown. Look at his career numbers against the Tigers.
Yeah, but he's still in this football game, and he's got a chance. We remember Jamarcus Russell last year in that game, and he threw that 4th down pass to win it. Still a football game.
Ainge goes deep. Austin Rogers, Zenon's there, tips it away, no flag.
Well, I thought that there could have been a little interference on that one.
Yep.
Put one hand on the back. Not only could have, should have been called. Well, he didn't have as good a view as we did. That was pass interference.
Second down and 10. Play fake again. Little crossing route caught by Briscoe. He's out of bounds with the first down at the 45-yard line.
See, that's the matchup that Tennessee would love to have. You have Briscoe on Steltz. The big difference of the safeties here for LSU from this year to last year is they do not play good man-to-man coverage. Steltz cannot run with Briscoe. They got the matchup and they took advantage of it.
Gain of 20, a first down at the 45 with 8:43 to go. At stake, a berth in the Sugar Bowl and the SEC championship.
Because of the safeties, it almost forces LSU into playing zone defense.
Denarius Moore, number 83, top of the screen. They come up and press him. Handoff, Foster coming to the right, chased by Beckwith, and Zenon also in there to make the tackle. All week long, will he or won't he go to Michigan, his alma mater? Talking about Les Miles. Called a rare, unusual press conference. Here's Ainge back. It's caught. Denarius Moore, number 83, and that's a first down at the 27-yard line.
I'll tell you what happened here. Steltz was disguising the blitz so much that he came very late. Steltz comes late. LSU is playing a kind of a zone. See how Zenon bails because he's playing deep third. You got a zone blitz. But Steltz comes free, but he comes too deep, and he never can get the pressure on Eric Ainge before the ball is thrown.
First down at the 27-yard line. It's Foster. Starts left, comes right, works his way down to the 23-yard line.
Well, if you're Eric Ainge, you go, wait a second, I led him from 16 down against Vandy. I just played 4 overtimes against Kentucky. What's the big deal here? It's kind of fun.
Ainge with 156 yards in this half.
I love quarterbacks who come after adversity and just pick it up right from there.
Play change.
LSU playing a two-deep zone here.
Hand off Foster. Yard, perhaps 2. Turnover. First fumble in more than 600 carries by the LSU running backs. They converted that into a touchdown, and then just a few moments ago, Bo Pelini's cornerback, Jonathan Zenon, stepped in front of a pass that was intended for Quentin Hancock, took it in untouched, and the try for 2 was good, 21-14, with 6:32 to go. LSU has just opted to call a timeout.
Philip Fulmer has to be thinking ahead here. 6:22 or 32, whatever it is, left in the game. If you don't get real close for a 4th down try, you could kick a field goal and win it late with a touchdown. Could still kick a field goal here. You do not have to go 4 down territory. Now, if they pick up 3 or 4 yards, or of course make the 1st down, you're okay. But there's still a lot of decisions to be made if you're Philip Fulmer.
Hancock is wide to the left, Quentin Hancock. Foster comes up to listen to his quarterback, Eric Ainge. It's 3rd and 4. LSU with 3 down. They rush only 3. They get a little pressure and the pass is incomplete. Intended for Denarius Moore, number 83.
I wonder if it was Raheem Alem, number 84, that put the pressure on Ainge and forced a high throw. Because he was wide open. Was our hand? No, I really can't make it. Really part of it was that Denarius Moore couldn't find the quarterback and didn't see the ball. Now, here's the decision by Philip Fulmer. He's going to go for it.
And the Volunteers not nearly as successful on 4th down this year. Just over 50% converted, 8 of 15, 4th and 4.
3-man line.
Rush 3, drop 8. Ainge drills it, dropped. It was a little behind Denarius Moore.
You're right. A good throw would have had it. He had the matchup again. Denarius Moore on Ali Highsmith. He ran right by Ali Highsmith and Ainge threw it behind him. It demanded a good throw. 8 men drop. You see Highsmith. He doesn't see the ball. Could and should have been caught. I'll give you that. But we both saw the same thing. It was right off Highsmith's shoulder, and it was not a perfect throw, and of course, not a great catch.
Philip Fulmer will give you the visual. So, for that matter, will Les Miles.
I mean, you expect if you're Tennessee, both your guys to do a little better. Quarterback to throw it a little better, and your receiver to come up with the catch.
1st down and 10, Louisiana State. The handoff to Hester. Out to the 27-yard line. Tackle made by Xavier Mitchell. Clock now at 6:10. Both teams with, excuse me,
I'm not sorry, my fault, Bern. I really don't have much of a problem with the call right there. I mean, we've already missed field goals for Tennessee. You give it 2 shots. If you get the ball back, you still have a chance to tie it. You know, I think it was worth the gamble.
2nd and 4. Ainge now 17 of 36 for even 200. Perilou has hit 2/3 of his passes, and he's played much of this half with an injured index finger on his throwing hand. Here's Hester. It'll be 3rd down. Preseason number 2 pick. And then with that great start, I mean, they won at Mississippi State 45-zip. They demolished Virginia Tech, and Virginia Tech is a BCS bowl-bound team now. But then they struggled, won some close games here on 3rd and 2. And they've dialed up Hester's number defensively, and that is short.
Yes, it is short. 4th and very short.
I don't think so. I think you punt here. No?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. We're dealing with Les Miles.
I know. Let me call up. Did he sign the $30 million contract first? If he's got the money in the bank, maybe he goes for it.
Perfect. And, of course, we're referring to the fact that Les Miles called a press conference 2 hours before this game started to say that he had agreed in principle to a contract to remain at LSU. And that's where we stand. Here's Fisher. High, Fair catch called by Rogan, and he grabs it at the 33-yard line. Little collision. One of the officials slipped and fell down, and then we had a couple of players who got into a late collision. So 36-yard punt. Well, 90 seconds to go against South Carolina. Philip Fulmer's team was trailing, and they escaped that one with a field goal in overtime. They scored 16 in the fourth quarter. Honfeld's bid for a field goal grazed an upright, and then, of course, last week they won in 4 overtimes against Kentucky. They played a lot of football, as has LSU in the last 8 days. There's the pass complete. Josh Briscoe, number 81, with the catch. Stelz is down. Let's go back to Tim in New York. All right, thanks. 2nd down and 1, and here's Foster with the handoff. That'll be a first down. The clock shows 3:37. It stops now while the chain is moved.
And for all intents and purposes now, it's overtime. You know, LSU has a 7-point lead. Tennessee has the football. Under 4 minutes to go. They've got to score a touchdown to tie, and they'll use 4 downs to do it.
Ainge up on first down and 10. Ball at the 46. 4-man front for LSU. Ainge puts it out in the flat, and Chad Jones, loss of 7. It's 2nd and 17. 3 minutes to go. Play fake. Pressure from Tyson Jackson. The pass is caught by Foster. He gets a block on Zenon. Foster out of bounds at the 15.
The last thing I checked is this is the SEC, right?
Yeah.
It's going to go right down to the end. I mean, it's getting to be like NBA basketball here. Fake it and then throw it to the same guy. You had a defensive tackle spying on the running back, and the defensive tackle could not do it. Good block downfield on Zenon, and Foster takes it right down and puts it in the scoring zone.
That block was by Quentin Hancock, number 87. First down at the 15 after the 47-yard play. Ainge with a play fake, fires it, intercepted. Picked off by Gary Beckwith. In his 2nd start of the season for 243. 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and much of this half playing with an injured index finger on his right hand. Oh, look at this. Perillou's got it. Still running, and he's out last.
Now, I'll tell you what's going to happen. Because Perilou did not go out of bounds, it looks like LSU will have to punt the ball with 15 seconds to go, roughly. Had he not gone out of bounds, the game would be over right now.
That's assuming no more first downs.
That's correct.
Yeah. So Tennessee has used its last time out. 1:42 to go.
I played on one of those teams that never got the first down in this situation. So we have
I can tell you, earlier this season, that's a gain of 20.
You never would have thought that LSU would put the ball in the air. They really didn't forward. They put it in the air backward, and they gave it to their most dependable guy. They pick up the first down, and now Jacob Hester goes over 100 yards and takes his team to the championship at the same time.
Had 126 in the overtime loss to Arkansas. He's now carried 23 times for 120, and he's going to get to play on New Year's, right after the New Year in the Sugar Bowl. And 1,000 yards for Jacob Hester. How about that?
Couldn't happen to a better guy, and more symbolic of what this football team was all year.
Perilou takes a knee, and Tennessee cannot stop the clock. Eric Ainge.
Tennessee was valiant, don't you think?
Oh, my gosh, yes. Glenn Dorsey, we hope he heals. He's got a month to do so. I agree with you, Gary. It was that chop block against Auburn that changed the nature of the season for this LSU team.
I absolutely believe that they would be playing for the national championship without that chop block.
Bradley Dale Pivito, the linebacker coach, with a hug for Les Miles. Glenn Dorsey, Marlon Favorite, number 99. This is a team that has lost twice this year, both times in triple overtime. They lost at Kentucky. They lost to Arkansas. But they come to Atlanta, and Les Miles, on the day he announced his intention to remain at LSU, out in the center of the field. Final score 21-14. The LSU Tigers. Let's quickly go down to Tracy.
Coach, congratulations. A berth in the Sugar Bowl with all the distractions this week. How much does this win mean to you guys?
Just really happy for our seniors, our leadership. It's a group of guys that came together. We talked about it all week. This wasn't scripted. This wasn't the best team coming in with all the talent healthy. You know, some of our best players are watching this from the sidelines, and so we had to put it together, and this team did that. We're thrilled, absolutely thrilled.
Go enjoy it. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Might be the last time we see Bo Pelini on the LSU sidelines. Well, that concludes a heck of a season for us here in the SEC. The final score 21-14. For Tracy Wolfson, Gary Danielson, our entire crew who are on the road every week covering SEC football, we say good night from Atlanta.